The power of patience. He planted seeds. But when they didn't grow after a week, he gave up. Years later, he discovered the truth. Patience could have changed his life. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by green hills, there lived a young farmer named Aaron. Aaron was hard-working, full of energy, and eager to succeed. He had inherited a small piece of land from his father, and he wanted to make it the most productive farm in the village. One spring morning, Aaron bought the best seeds he could find. He carefully prepared the soil, tilled the earth, and planted the seeds with great hope. As he placed each seed into the ground, he imagined tall plants, golden grain, and baskets full of food. The first day, he watered the field and smiled to himself. "Soon, I will have a harvest that will make everyone proud," he thought. The second day, he returned and looked at the ground. Nothing. Only soil. "Maybe tomorrow," he whispered. On the third day, still nothing. On the fourth day, still no sign. By the end of the week, Aaron began to frown. "Why is nothing happening? I worked so hard. I planted the best seeds. I watered them. Why don't they grow?" His frustration grew. By the 10th day, he stamped his foot on the ground. "This is useless. The seeds must be bad. I have wasted my time." Tired and disappointed, Aaron abandoned the field. He stopped watering. He stopped caring. He walked away. Next to Aaron's farm lived an older farmer named Dallin. Dallin was calm, wise, and experienced. He too had planted seeds in his own field at the same time as Aaron. But unlike Aaron, Dallin returned every day, gently watering the soil, pulling out weeds, and waiting quietly. One afternoon, Aaron walked past Dallin's field. To his surprise, he saw tiny green shoots breaking through the soil. "How can this be?" Aaron asked in shock. "I planted my seeds too. Why are yours growing and mine are not?" Dallin smiled gently. "They were growing all along, Aaron. You just couldn't see it yet. The roots had to grow deep before the shoots could rise. You abandoned your seeds too early. Patience is the water that no bucket can carry. It comes from within." Aaron looked down at his own dry, abandoned field. If only he had waited. That night Aaron could not sleep. The words of his neighbor echoed in his mind. "Patience is the water that no bucket can carry." He thought about all the times in his life when he had quit too soon. Times when he stopped practicing, stopped trying, stopped believing, just because results didn't come quickly enough. The next morning, Aaron decided to try again. He planted new seeds. But this time he was determined to change. Every morning he woke early. He watered. He pulled out weeds. He checked the soil. Even when nothing happened, he whispered to himself, "Patience, Aaron. Patience." Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And finally, small green plants began to appear. Slowly, steadily, they grew taller and stronger. By the end of the season, Aaron's field was filled with golden crops. His heart swelled with joy. He realized that the harvest was not only food for his stomach, it was also food for his character. Patience is not weakness. It is wisdom. When you give up too early, you lose the reward that was already on its way. Just because you don't see progress does not mean nothing is happening. Sometimes the most important growth happens underground, hidden from our eyes. Think about life. A seed takes time to grow into a tree. Child takes years to grow into an adult. Skills take practice to become strong. Success takes persistence to become real. The one who waits with patience gains more than the one who rushes with impatience. So the next time you feel like giving up, think of Aaron's field. The seeds may be growing underground. Your harvest may be closer than you think. Remember, seeds do not grow in a day, and neither do dreams. Every great result in life takes time. Be patient, be persistent, and trust the process. Patience does not mean doing nothing. It means doing the right things again and again, while waiting for the result. So keep going. Your reward will come. Subscribe for more stories that will grow your English and your life.